And today I'm going to share how to create your own language.
And I'm going to share my favorite pillow. Let's get to it.
My cool sheet is an article. I love languages. I bring up cool sheet languages that are cool sheets that are related to languages a lot. And this one is called, this article is called To Learn Klingon or Esperanto, What Invented Languages Can Teach Us. This is an amazing article. I just loved it. It shows us that languages are more than just a string of words. You can learn thousands of vocabulary words and still not be fluent in a language. The basis of this article is an interview with Christine Schreier. She is a professor of linguistic anthropology at University of British Columbia. And she is a scholar who started studying the Na'vi language that was invented for the movie Avatar. And she made some fascinating discoveries with this. And then she got some media attention from her work, which then landed her several gigs in blockbuster movies. From scratch, she invented the Kryptonian language for the movie Man of Steel. She invented the Eltarian language for Power Rangers, the Bima or Cro-Magnon language for the movie Alpha, the Atlantean language for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and she's done a lot more other languages too. So we definitely get the lowdown from someone who is not just an expert in studying this kind of stuff, but she has done it herself. It's all about how these words are strung together, which goes first, the verb, the noun, the adjective, which varies language to language. And also languages change over time. And so you need to take in all these things into account when you're inventing these languages. And J.R.R. Tolkien knows this or knew this. He had one part where elves lived in the whole Lord of the Rings series. Elves lived, they were saying things differently from different community to community that had moved from one place to another. He took that into account when he had the elven language. So there's so many subtleties. You learn all about them in this article. I just loved it. It's all about invented languages.
Oh, this is so cool. But I do take issue with this because, first of all languages are invented. People all invented them.
Yeah.
And Klingon and Esperanto are very different because one's made for a movie and one was made to, the idea of it was to be the international language that everybody spoke.
Totally.
And I'm actually a huge Esperanto fan. I have a whole complete course for beginners. I have a dictionary. Like I got into it for a while.
Oh, that's
I had a
awesome.
3-ring binder. Like I was practicing and the thing is, it never took off.
Right.
It never happened. It's such a, it's really, really too bad because it's a super phonetic language. It's very easy to learn. You know, they put a lot of thought into how to make this language super easy that anybody could learn, and that way everybody could talk to everybody, no matter where you were from. It was such a good idea, where these other movies are, for specialty movies and things, not discrediting them because so much work goes into them. There's a really good TED Talk by the guy that did Dothraki and other languages for movies as well. And so he talks about this in this TED Talk about how he comes up with them, and the same thing. It's very structured. It's very real. I love that, all of that. But I'll jabber a little bit that all just like the mighty and very smart Thor said, all words are made up. All languages have been invented. So that would be everything. But I get what she's saying. You got to hit that headline. But I have something to add to that actually expands on it. So first off, have we ever talked about this? Because I took a course in Esperanto. We haven't,
a college course in Esperanto.
Esperanto came up once. I was hinting at it before, like I was setting it up at a cool sheet, like something you talked about, and you're like, I'm going to talk about that, and you like snagged it on air, and I was like, whoa, okay. I guess I'm getting an assist for that one.
That's so funny.
Because the way that I learned about Esperanto is I saw it. There's a movie Incubus starring William Shatner of all people, and they use that language, and that movie has a really special. It's also apparently just like The Room, super awful according to a lot of people. A lot of people make fun of it. I actually loved it, and I kind of fell in love with the language as well. And for the record, people that hate it so much, it does have like an Academy Award winning, one of the best cinematography cinematographers of all time. So it is shot
The
beautifully.
cinematography is beautiful. I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stunning. But yeah, so that's how I got into it. And I like, of course, when I look at something, I go all in all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't believe we've never actually talked about it.
No. So, okay. So now I want to go back to what you were saying before about like just somewhat dismissing, like, well, it's just made up for a movie, because this is why Christine started studying it. Is she was interested in the Na'vi language that was written for Avatar, and she was interested in all of these people who learned it and who were really into it and who are like Klingon. Same thing with Trekkies; they get fluent in Klingon. And so she was fascinated with them. So she studied and talked to a lot of these people. And the reason why, or one of the reasons why that they were so into it, is because they, first off, they felt like they found a community that was really open and accepting. And these are people who felt a little bit outside of regular society.
Sure.
And they felt accepted, and that they loved the whole thing about in Avatar and the language, that it's all about environmentalism and all these aspects of that was basically had to do with them being environmentalists and how they could then portray this in another way in their lives. So that's why I don't know if she wrote her PhD thesis on it, but she's definitely written a lot of articles investigating this part that went way beyond just being a language in a movie.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I just the clickbaity-ish headline, which
Right.
she probably didn't write, depending on what source it is, makes it kind of already pigeonhole into like, this isn't real. So that's exactly what the people that are in the community don't like.
Right.
So
right.
once you read the article, it sounds like she's way more in with, no, it's actually super, super cool. And to also, though, take Klingon and then Esperanto, which one was made for a sci-fi film and one was meant for a universal language to help all humanity, also is very different. So I have issue with the headline still, but seems like she's pretty cool.
Oh, she is. Yeah, she's amazing. And how cool is that? Like, she got to write it like in languages.
Oh, no, super cool. I would love to do that. I've always it's funny on Duolingo one time as a joke, because now they have Klingon on there and Dothraki and other things. And I clicked it kind of as a joke just to see, is this legit? And yep, they got lessons plans. And then I kept getting reminders you need to study Klingon, you need to study. And I'm like, I was just curious. I'm not a Klingon. Leave me alone. And finally it gave up, but it was very funny how persistent it was wanting me to learn Klingon. Now, if it was a Star Wars language, I might have done it.
So Star Wars languages are gibberish.
Are they?
They're not not invented languages. Interesting. Yeah, she talked about that.
Oh, funny. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, thanks for all your contributions.
Yeah, it was like a double whammy.
Totally. I love it.
I'm going to be talking about a pillow. This is a kind of a silly, cool sheet, but not really. When you find a good pillow, let me tell you, you got to share it with the world. So this is the Layla Kapok pillow, and it is, speaking of Lord of the Rings, one pillow to rule them all. This is what they say on their website, so automatically a fan, but it has to have more than a cool, catchy, stolen catchphrase. It has to be cool, and I needed a new pillow. My old pillow was a pancake, which I actually like. Sleeping on your stomach, you want a thin pillow, but it was getting a little bit grimy, just too flat. I had to really bunch it up, and so I started searching for the best pillow. What would be good for me? Mostly, I'm a side sleeper, not my stomach. So I wanted something where you could be a side sleeper, and I kept looking, and I looked, there's a bunch of memory foam and different things. So this has a mix of Kapok fibers and reactive memory foam fill inside. Now, what I really love about it, though, is it has that really nice, and on YouTube, you'll see me kind of squishing it and loving on it and hugging it because it's so soft. I'll let Karen, after I'm done, do it too, but maybe I don't want to share. It's just, I'm going to take a little nap right now. I love it so much. But it has a zipper here, and you can easily take out the stuffing. So it comes actually overstuffed, and so I took some out. you save it in a bag, so later on, if it becomes pancakey, you can actually add some of the fluff back, and you can make it custom to the exact size that you want for you, because everybody's different and wants a different size, but it forms because it has that memory pad. It like forms your head. It is expensive. It was over $100, just over $100, but you know what? I have had a perfect night's sleep ever since. No crooked necks, no anything, and that affects your sleep so much. It's worth spending some money. Find the one you like, and if you're looking for one, maybe try the Kapok, the Layla Kapok.
And it looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool, and it's
love
funny. It's this, hexagon pattern if you're just listening on the podcast, and it's kind of lumpy. Like at first, and if you take it out really quick, like when I first saw it, I'm like, how is this going to be comfortable? Like feel it's kind of lumpy.
Oh, it's totally lumpy.
And I was like, this is a pillow that's supposed to be comfortable? That's too weird. But when you put this little hex pattern, thank you, it feels like you feel this texture, and it just molds to your face and everything so much that it actually works. It's super, super comfortable, and it's very, very breathable. It's supposedly copper infused to make it more breathable and reduce odors. Does that pass the chemistry vibe?
I don't know about copper's properties.
So you have to get back to us on that one.
I do know that copper is antimicrobial, though.
So that's
Yeah.
why. So if you, like me, on occasion, drool on your pillow, I did just wash this, so don't worry. It's supposed to not make it nasty, grimy. It won't make you sweat as much because I'm a very hot sleeper. I just love it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And I love that you can customize it to your own.
That's brilliant.
And this is actually way poofier than I would normally like a pillow, but it totally works because it's so like form-fitting, and I can always take it out. I can always put some back in. It's it's the greatest pillow ever.
And it feels like t-shirt material.
Yeah.
It's very soft.
Yeah, super, super soft.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yeah.
I want to go take a nap right
Ooh,
now.
thank you.
The rest of the show's on you. I'm going to go nap.
And just to let everyone know that they didn't ask you to do that.
Gosh, I wish they'd pay us for that, because I would love to have a couple more of those.
I know, wouldn't that be
Oh
nice?
my gosh. If you're out there listening, we will endorse you now that you're official Cool Sheet too.
Yeah.
After the fact, we would consider sponsorship. So.
Totally. Oh, yes.
But yes, none of our Cool Sheets are ever sponsored.
No, we
pays
pick
us
them
to do
because
it.
we love them.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. And I do love it. And it has a guarantee, 100 sleep or whatever. They all have 30-day,
Nice.
90-day guarantees. If you don't like it, you can send it back.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And if you want to learn more about any of our cool sheets, you can go to 10bestest.com/doorway, and we have links to all of the cool stuff that we talk about.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, friend. I'm Karen McFarlane-Holman.
And I'm Brian Hart.
Let us know in the comments, had you ever heard of the invented language Esperanto?
And let us know, do you take your pillow with you when you travel?
If you're enjoying the show, please give us a like and share it with a friend.
Stay tuned tomorrow for another great show.
And don't forget to stay curious.